What's going on, guys? Your boy Amazing here. We're back with another video, and in today's video, guys, we are here with the Underground Labyrinth Season 15 here, guys, and we're going to be doing the complete guide so that you guys are able to clear a lot easier. If you guys do enjoy videos like this, man, definitely make sure to hit that like button and subscribe, as I appreciate all the support on the channel as of late, guys. Definitely does mean a lot. We are on the road to that 50,000 subscribers, man. Make sure to hit that sub button if you haven't already. And with that out of the way, guys, let's hop in and let's talk Underground Labyrinth and yeah, Season 15. This one was pretty difficult overall, guys. I'll say at the beginning of the video here that there's a lot of different stages in the fight that you do not want to actually select, and you'll see in my run where, you know, the path that I actually follow, try to kind of follow my path that I went in this video, and you guys will see as we go through the Underground Labyrinth, you'll see kind of how I went about it. But yeah, I mean, as you guys can see as well, every clip where it's going to be a battle, guys, I have it sped up on ×2 or ×3, and then whenever it's a, you know, intermission period where I'm getting buffs or I'm getting, you know, passives, right, that's going to be where I have the video at regular speed, so you guys are able to see exactly what what my decision making was and why I decided to go with, you know, certain things. So yeah, right here, we just got the passive that we just selected there. I selected the female one because we started with Elizabeth Hawk, right? So Elizabeth Hawk being the starting unit here was mainly the reason why I picked her was because she had AoE and single target, so I could deal with, you know, like kind of farming stages, but I could also deal with maybe a boss if need be, and her ultimate also is a pretty strong nuke. Right there, I do get the option for Green Arthur, guys, and Green Arthur, obviously, as you guys know, 35% damage dealt, 35% damage reduction, as long as no allies die on the field, and I mean, that is a really strong buff, and so we are able to take advantage of that. Right here, we do go for the protection stones. You guys see as well that this is not my first run. You'll know because I'm at level, well, I'm at level 3 of that now, right? So this was not my first run. You know, I did a few runs before this, and yeah, that's why I said this is a difficult labyrinth. I lost a few times. I had to collect some of those buffs, but yeah, I mean, that's gonna happen too, right? Like, you're gonna go in the labyrinth, and you're gonna make sure you get those buffs that stay for the entire period. You guys saw there that I picked the defense one. Even though defense isn't like a crazy stat, you still want to go for the buffs. It is very important. So yeah, in terms of this character pick right here, I was kind of deciding like how I wanted to go about it, but I did land with Green Demon Melee. Of the characters there that were available, guys, seemed like he was the best one. Also, we do have kind of a, you know, debuff oriented team in a sense. Like, you know, Arthur can do it on his rank 2, Liz has it on the single target, Melly has it on his rank 2 on the AoE, and then also on his rank 1. So I was like, okay, his ultimate will be pretty good too. And as you guys saw here, we are getting a lot of dupes, right? We got up to 5 out of 6, 6 out of 6 in the first floor pretty much, right? Which is kind of crazy. So yeah, I mean, you know, being able to get that obviously makes this team very strong once we do get an ultimate, and you guys will see when we do get to a boss, it is very impactful, right? And it will be very strong. So yeah, guys, what I'll do is I'll let you guys enjoy the clip till we get to the boss of floor 1. But pretty much for the most part, that's all the things that I really did as the intermission, because right here we do have a fight coming up, and then right after this fight we're into the boss fight. So yeah, I mean, this is just kind of how it is in this labyrinth. You know, it's honestly, compared to other labyrinths, it's a lot like quicker, I would say, but a lot more difficult still though, because of the way the enemies are kind of structured. And yeah, I mean, for my run personally, it was a little bit difficult, but you know, we were able to do well. Honestly, at this point, guys, I might as well just stay on the recording here because we are about to get to the boss. So I honestly might as well just stay here. What I was going to do is I was going to cut from my voice, and then we'll come back when we're at the boss. But we're pretty much at the boss, guys. There's no reason to stall here. Yeah, obviously for the passives here, I mean, what's the best option here that we could do, right? It's damage dealt with skills, or we got like Goddess Heroes. I think I just go with the damage dealt, yeah. Yeah. So I do go with the damage decrease. I mean, sorry, the damage reduction. And then yeah, and then we're on the boss here, right? So going into the boss fight, this is against Lilia and who is the other character there? I forget. Valenti, right? Valenti and Lilia. So this fight right here, I would say, is gonna be the big roadblock at the beginning. You're definitely gonna have a lot of issues with this fight unless you get your ultimate. That's the best recommendation I can give you guys. Rush your ultimate. I did not do that in this run, and you'll see that because I do not rush my ultimate, there are a few times where I'm kind of close to getting, you know, like dying on my characters, right? You'll see here. But yeah, for the most part, it's just kind of, you know, managing your cards, trying to get your card merges, making sure you get your ultimate. All those things are going to benefit you guys, and you're going to be able to get your ultimate a lot quicker than the, you know, the Lilia and the Valentian. You can actually like ult rush and then just nuke them, right? Because ultimates, especially with the way you're able to get, you know, dupes as quickly as you do on the floor 1 of Labyrinth, I mean, 6/6 ultimates, even if there are like year 1 units, they're still going to hit very, very hard. So yeah, right there, you know, Lizhawk does get her ultimate. You guys saw right there, we do ult with Lizhawk, and look how much it does. Boom, we one-shot, right? So yeah, I mean, obviously rushing your ultimates is going to be ideal. If you're not able to rush them, it's fine. You can just kind of do it the way I did, where I was just kind of clicking cards, and then, you know, card merges were naturally happening. But yeah, be wary about that though, guys. If you do not do your ult rush, you will get debuffed a ton on that fight, and you could get kind of screwed over. But yeah, that is the floor 1 right there, guys. And so now we move into floor 2. So what I'll do now, guys, we'll do that little intermission break. I'll let you guys enjoy exactly what I do in terms of going through floor 2. We'll come back to when we're at a important part of this, where there's something that I do need to mention, or if there's something that's super important, or when we're at the boss. So I'll let you guys enjoy this clip here, and we'll come back to when we're at the boss or something important to mention. Alrighty, guys, so this is right before the boss right here. We're not actually at the boss yet, but I wanted to come back to this part specifically in the video, because this is where I have the option of going to one of the rifts. And you do not want to take the rift, guys, because the thing is with these rifts is that they're pretty much just like teleports. They teleport you to a certain spot in the floor, and that's gonna be really nice when you're like farming it, when you're trying to get to like the final, you know, like stage of it and just kind of clear. Definitely, right, for that it's gonna be really good. But on your first clear, you do not want to be taking those risks, because they're gonna be just too difficult. They're gonna have enemies that are a lot stronger, and it's going to be a lot harder for your team, especially if you're, you know, like going on your like first or second try at the Labyrinth. It's going to be very difficult taking those rifts, and because you're just not getting enough buffs as you would with a team that's going through the entire Labyrinth normally. I just do not recommend it, so be wary about that. That is something that can happen, and I would say that, you know, just avoiding the rifts entirely and going to other, you know, little like spots you can go on the map, that's going to be a lot better overall. So yeah, right here though, this boss right here, actually, this like in-between boss, you know, one of the bosses where it's like, you know, kind of difficult, depends, you know, you gotta rush an ultimate. Lizhawk's ultimate this entire run kind of carried for me, man, I'll be honest. It was actually a very, very strong ultimate to be able to use. And yeah, so right here, I do just kind of go for the debuff attack skills. I'm thinking about it. I'm like, okay, I got a ton of debuff attacks on my team, right? So that's obviously going to be something that we can take advantage of. And then right there, we get Summer Merlin. Right, Summer Merlin, another really good debuff kind of oriented character. I was like, yo, that's an easy pick, especially if we're facing a fight where we can attack heal. So I move Elizabeth Hawk to the back, and we take Merlin and we put her in the front. And just like I mentioned with those Rift guys, those skull, you know, fights right there, you do not want to be taking those skull fights either, as those are going to be, it's going to be kind of like the risk, but you're going to be facing a bunch of mini bosses in between with that, and you do not want to be taking those until you're, you know, maybe later in the Labyrinth, you've done like multiple runs already, and you feel confident enough at that point. But I would not say for your like first clear to do not do that. I would just say skip out on that and focus on the shops, you know, getting the buffs with the you know, the buff fights. Those are completely fine, but just making sure you go through it that way will be a lot better for you. So yeah, right there we do get the hero enhance. I'm fully super awakened at this point, by the way, which is really good. And you guys saw there for my character pick, I went with the green Ludo as the option. And the main reason for that was because of Ludo's shield, because Ludo's shield that he provides is going to be a block effect shield. And this boss that we're facing right here with Gloxinia is very, very annoying with the debuffs. He's able to seal you, he's able to do a ton of bleed damage. So being able to get that, you know, Goddess Liz type shield, it is going to be able to protect the team pretty well. And yeah, it's obviously going to be very, very strong. You guys see right there, the shield is pretty good. So yeah, right there, like what we want to be doing, especially on this fight too, is trying to all rush, but also making sure that the boss is not able to get ultimates off. You'll see here that Gloxinia, because he is able to debuff the Merlin, he just straight up one-shots, yeah. And being able to one-shot like that easily, it's really tough, and you definitely need to make sure that you're able to get ultimates so that you can kind of ult Gloxinia first and take him out that way. So I opt to rush ult with you know, Ludo and Arthur there. I'm like, okay, let's get these two ultimates. We get the rank 2 shield as well, so we're pretty much going to tank all these attacks from Glox, and then we can just kind of nuke him there with the, you know, the ultimate with Arthur and the ultimate with Ludo. So, you know, just be wary about that, guys. Like, Gloxinia can do a lot of damage, and, you know, it could maybe mess up your run, but just making sure that you're able to get ult rush, you know, for your characters will be very, very good, and you'll be able to progress, you know, pretty easily through that. So, yeah, right there, go with the God Satellite basic stat buff. And then we move on into floor 3 here, guys. So yeah, what we'll do, guys, we'll come back to when we're at the final boss of floor 3. For the most part, floor 3 is just kind of going through the intermission fights and getting like very minor buffs. And you guys saw there, I do pick Valentine's DN, and I'm kind of trying to build towards a more tanky variant of the team. And you guys will see throughout what I kind of go for. We'll talk exactly, you know, what I kind of went for by the very end, and what kind of teams we were going with there, guys. So yeah, we'll come back to where we're at the end of the video, guys, so enjoy this part, and once we do get to the boss, we'll talk again, and I'll explain exactly my thought process. Alrighty guys, so we are now on the, pretty much we just got out the last fight that was going to be before the boss, and so now we're just in the last intermission period where we're collecting a bunch of buffs and just making the team a lot stronger. Now, at this point in the Labyrinth, guys, you want to kind of build towards a certain archetype of team. So, you know, as you guys saw with my team pretty much here, and you'll see in a few seconds here when I go for my character pick, look at the options I was given. I'm given the option of green Elat there to be run alongside green Ludo, and I have green Elizabeth Hawk in the backline. So one character that I'm missing that could make this team absolutely absurd would have been Mael. If Mael was a character that I could have got a little bit later on, that would have been absolutely insane. Spoiler alert though, we do not get Mael. So this is something that you guys might want to do, is kind of build an archetype of a team. So I kind of, you know, I noticed, okay, I had Ludo, I had Elizabeth in the backline. Why don't I build towards a God team, especially when I was given the option of green Elat? And so once you are kind of later in the Labyrinth, you want to make a team that can be very cohesive. And so right here, you guys will see I do try to re-roll it for Mael. We do not get it, unfortunately. So I'm like, okay, you know, I cut my losses and we skip out on the character pick. Valentine's Queen Diane is still a very solid character, even though she does not synergize well with Elat or Ludo. We still are able to take advantage of her strengths, and we move into the boss arena here. So yeah, overall though, I think, you know, Valentine's Diane is going to be a really good option on this fight, and just because of the fact that she's able to taunt and draw damage away from your other characters, I mean, it did work out for us at the very end though, regardless, guys. So yeah, the main gimmick of Lilia at the very end here, by the way, is that she has a bunch of debuffs, and she has a ruin counter. So pretty much what that means is that it removes all your debuffs, and you take a ton of damage for every debuff that you had that was removed on the counter. You guys will see here, we do get a bunch of debuffs right there. Also, you are unable to buff with your characters as well. And you'll see here when I do my Elat ultimate, it does cleanse, but it does not give me the debuff immunity at the very end there. It's just immune. We are not able to buff up, and same with the Ludo buff as well. So yeah, just a kind of an annoying fight, I would say. Like, if you don't have like a healer or a character that can DPS Lilia really quickly, it could become a little bit of an issue for you. But I found that like the best option for me was just kind of stalling, getting heals with Elat, rushing ultimates with Ludo as well. That was pretty helpful for me overall. And yeah, I mean, obviously Elat having gauge reduction too was really nice, because we were able to kind of stop the Lilia boss from doing as many ultimates overall too. So yeah, I mean, I would say, like, in terms of the fights here, this is one of the harder ones for sure, and especially this being the final boss too, it is a little bit annoying to deal with, guys, I'll be honest. So yeah, just be worried about that. Make sure you're bringing characters that can cleanse or have some type of way of, you know, bypassing those debuffs that you're going to be getting, because you get spammed with those debuffs and they can definitely mess up your run. You're getting sealed on your buff skills, you're getting sealed on your recovery, so it's really all up to your damage there with your attack cards. And you guys see it right there at the very end, we do finish it off. So yeah, guys, that is pretty much the Underground Labyrinth right there for Season 15. Let me know what you guys think about the video in the comment section below. Hope this video was helpful and you guys are able to clear. And that's going to be it. And I'm going to see you guys on the next one, man. Peace out. Have a great rest of your day, guys, and see you later, man.